Hey everybody, Saya Tubes here, bringing you another video here today. And today I'll just be commentating on my video here that I made with Takamura. Kept trying to record with Shadowplay, but unfortunately it wasn't working all too well. I don't know what's wrong. I mean, it could be the sometimes what happens is when you update it can kind of break things, and but luckily there's alternatives to Shadowplay, and that's what I'm using. I'm currently using OBS. That's a good program to use, but so yeah, everything's working as you can see. So far I'm doing pretty good. This is the first match for Takamura, and so it's pretty easy. Takamura is a really balanced fighter. He doesn't rely on any gimmicks like all the other characters in the game. He's probably the only fighter really that doesn't need any gimmicks because he's so well rounded. He's pretty much good in every area, you know. He's great at, he's terrific at jabbing. He has terrific hooks, uppercuts. He has a good strong right hand. But yeah, I already beat this like 2 or 3 times already today. It's pretty crazy. And it's all because of Shadowplay not working basically. Which is a terrific program, but it's kind of missing features, you know. I need to really work on it. Ooh, the bear almost knocks me out. And I knocked him out. First try. My highest record is 14 seconds. Knocking out this bear, and I clipped it even though the audio wasn't working, but I clipped it near the near the end of this video. I put it just so people can see.
Round 1. Box.
This guy falls pretty easy. I mean, he's not that tough either. It's so unfortunate because like my first run was pretty good, and my second run was even better. I think my second run I knocked the bear out in 14 seconds, and Brian Hawk, he didn't give me much trouble. And then at my third recording, after my third recording, I had a great match with Brian Hawk. I mean, we were going back and forth. He was knocking me down, I was knocking him down, and I liked it. It was like a really exciting fight.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Box.
And this is my 4th record, I think, or it could be my 5th. I don't know. But I'll call it my 4th record, and everything went pretty smoothly. He really doesn't have, like, it ain't like all the other there's there's way tougher paths than Takamura. You know, like all the other paths that like Ippo. I feel like Ippo was not too hard, but
Round one.
especially because he has the specials. But you know, at least the other characters that are not as skilled, you know, they're tough to play sometimes. Aoki was kind of tough. Some of his matches were kind of tough, and I had to abuse his specials just to get by in those matchups. I noticed that while playing this game, how powerful hooks are in this game. I only discovered this after playing my previous video. And so I don't know if if every character has, like, if you can abuse that with every character, or though I do know for a fact certain matchups for certain characters you can't really abuse the hooks.
Stop. Round two. Box.
This guy has like an iron chin on him. I mean, he's really tough. But of course, I mean, it doesn't matter how tough you are. If you keep taking punches to the face, you're gonna fall eventually, especially when someone like Takamura is hitting you. The best defense is a good offense, as they say.
One, two, three.
I mean, how can this old game have better knockdowns than something like Fight Night? They're just more organic. It's kind of pathetic, really, if you think about it. You know,
Round three.
just I don't know. It's just people like not. It's just like people just being lazy, in my opinion, and just rushing the game. You know, knockdowns are really important in boxing, and the way a fighter falls is very organic. You know, sometimes he falls like through the ropes, not out the ring, but like sometimes like near the ropes, they kind of lean on them. And like I said, this game has better knockdown physics than Fight Night. It's just crazy. I mean, this game has like somewhat like it is very realistic, especially like at least with the how the feet are positioned. I really like that, and I wish games like Fight Night, if there is another Fight Night someday, I wish they really just took a page out of this game and just do that, where you have to manually adjust your foot position just like you have to do in real life, because targets aren't still, like they're always moving, and you always constantly have to adjust your foot position towards your opponent. I wish the UFC game did this, but I don't think they're gonna do it. It's just one of those things that just kind of isn't in their priority. The only downside of this game, and I think I mentioned this in previous videos, is the speed, is the footwork speed is not that great. Footwork speed is terrible. It needs to be a little bit faster. It needs to be like, they need to be a little bit more faster. Not like, I don't mean super fast. And I know like it could be adjusted for like certain characters that rely on their speed. They could be really super fast. But I just wish it was a little bit faster. Like I wish they were able to get in and out fast. And the outboxing is I feel like the outboxing could use some work. That's about it. Other than that, I think it's almost near perfect. It's probably, I mean, in terms of I mean, it's not a perfect, but it's almost like 70%, 70% perfect in terms of like boxing technique and everything. And of course, there's like certain techniques in the game that kind of they borrow from the anime or the manga, and of course that's not realistic, but everything else is pretty realistic. And oh man, I could talk about this all day. Like if you look at the career mode of Hajime no Ippo. What is it called? Victory. I think it's called Victory Road 2, but I'm not sure. Let's just call it Hajime no Ippo Boxer. Maybe it's called Boxer's Road 2, but I'm not sure. That game never came to the United States, but luckily, it's available, and you can play it through emulation. And the career mode in that game is just amazing. It's the best of the best. Like I never seen so much depth in a fighting game, a career mode for a fighting game ever before. And we'll never see it, unfortunately. We'll never see it made by EA or any other company. Like and it's unfortunate they couldn't just continue to make these games and expand on that career mode. But man, I tell you what you got was just amazing. I'm talking about like there was different, like in the beginning of the game you can select basically how realistic you want it to be. Like let's say you want to be in the timeline in the Hajime, you can be like in the Hajime no Ippo timeline, or you can be you can just create a world where I think you can create a world where these characters don't even exist, or you can create a world where you're in the timeline basically, and you can encounter and you can fight some of the, at least if I remember correctly, you can even fight some of these characters. You can even join the gym, you can join different gyms, and you can be based on different locations. You can be based off Japan, or you can be based off the United States. There was different gyms, if I remember correctly. And for weight classes, you had to make weights, which was not that easy because I didn't understand Japanese. So yeah, you had to make weight. The easiest weight class is the heavyweight class. So that was the easiest class to kind of participate in. the lower classes, the lower weights, those were the hardest because you always had to maintain your weight. You had to have the right diet, and you had to do the right training to lose any pounds or to gain some pounds even. So that wasn't easy. So I always stick in the heavyweight division because even if I gained pounds, it didn't even matter. But I would have loved the been fighting in the lower weights. Those were like some tough fights in those lower weights because everybody was super fast. And the heavyweights was pretty easy because I would just knock everybody out with a couple of hits, and I was champion for a long time until I think I got knocked out by somebody. And the game got harder and harder as the years went by. And I think you can retire even, and you can have you can even go after multiple belts. You can make your guy as tall as you want, as fat as you want. You can give them any technique as long as if you beat the single player first. You can basically give them any technique in the game. That was pretty cool. The game was just ahead of its time. I mean, the game was so complicated, you can even develop like the muscles of the fighters basically. Like, you can see muscles develop on the back, which is pretty cool. I mean, like I said, I could talk about it all day. Like, I was so impressed, and I had so much fun. My character was like this big fat guy. He was fat. He was tall. He was like 7 feet tall. Really fat though, super fat. But he had like the longest, I had his reach was like Mashiba's reach, like super long, and I had that Mashiba special, the flicker jab, and I was just knocking everybody out with that. And like I said, my guy was super fat, but man, was he strong. Like, he was super strong. Eventually, he had muscles and everything, but he was a big guy though. He was like 300 pounds, I think. But I was knocking everybody out. For many years, I was knocking everybody out, and then eventually, I started getting knocked out. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was the competition, or maybe I got old or something. But then I think I retired. I don't know. I remember I had multiple defenses, title defenses. I think I defended the title like maybe 12 times, which is a lot. You know, when you defend your belt that many times. I was impressed with myself. One day I'm gonna play that game and record it and try to play the career mode, even though it is kind of hard because I don't understand Japanese. And one of the reasons I did get around playing it really well is because I was reading this guide. I was reading a guide that someone made a long time ago, and I basically followed his footsteps and created a really good fighter because of he had like a specific diet that was given my fighter, and it worked.
1, 2, 3, 4. Stop. Round 4.
Anyway, Brian Hawk, he isn't too hard. You just have to abuse those hooks. Abuse the hooks, and when sometimes when he gets really close, you can try to throw a body shot, not a hook, but throw a body uppercut body shot, and that can slow him down a little bit because he's really elusive. He's a really elusive fighter, and that will slow him down quite a bit. Like, he's just really dangerous guy. Like, he's really elusive, and you can't underestimate him. But luckily Takamura, no matter how many times he gets knocked down, he gets right back up. He's really tough. I just wish I could have shown my Takamura, the third fight I had with Brian Hawk, which was like it was so back and forth. Like he was knocking me down. There's this one time he knocked me down like I think 3 times in one round, and I thought I was gonna lose. I really thought I was gonna lose. I was like, but luckily I came back and won the match, and I win with that uppercut. I think it was the uppercut I gave him.
The winner is Takamura.
I did it. Did you see it, old man? Well done. You did very well. Yeah. Put it on me, old man. Right. It's a bit embarrassing, really. It's nice in the ring. Man, look at his face, it's all like red. Well, I'd like to thank anybody who's watching, and I do this out of love because I love these games. So I appreciate anybody watching. It's worth this game's worth playing. So thanks for watching. And I clipped the bear knockout, the 14-second bear knockout in the end. So I'll be able to show that off, which is, you know, so cool. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm almost done beating this game. So until next time, one more chapter left.